through thought. Manipulating humanity with this illusion instills fear and desperation. Fear is the foundational characteristic that allows hypnotic, subliminal thought light patterns to be focused and injected into and forced to pass through our crystal brain. Our human three-dimensional brain has the same physical characteristics as that of a solid crystal or prism, except in liquid form. There's nothing godly, loving, or sweet about this group entity or its method of manipulation. For thousands of years, the use of fear and desperation has resulted in murders, wars, bloodletting, and endless disease. Children have been tortured, women have been raped, and men have marched blindly off the plank into the ocean of hypocrisy and death. This has all been courtesy of the God of the Bible, the God of love, the God of the Old and New Testaments, the God of the Quran, the God of Buddha, the God of every religion and intellectual system known to man. This is the God of light, the Luciferian light bringer. Genesis 1 continues to say that God saw the light, that it was good. But good for who? Obviously good for those who were using it to control humanity through the manipulation of light. Yet again we have another subliminal. God doesn't say that anything is bad, it's just implied, suggested, implanted. If light is good, then something must be bad. When we consider how we see things in this 3D space, we're told, from an intellectual perspective, that light enters through the pupil of our eye, where it strikes the back of the eye, where it's reversed, and then travels along a neurological path to our brain, where it's flipped right side up again, and we see an image. Unfortunately, this is incorrect. Light is thought. And the thought of what we are intended to see is implanted within the liquid crystal prison of our brain. The suggestion, which originated from the Luciferian mindset, travels through the crystal brain, and similar to a ray of light passing through a rain shower, a rainbow of three-dimensional color, form, and sound explodes in front of us. Whatever suggestion is attached to that explosion emanating from our crystal brain determines color, shape, depth, sound, and so on. The things we see, the sounds we hear, the smells we smell, all these details are within the thought, which is the word, the sound, the vibration, the energy, the glowing, and is the light. This has all been implanted in our brains as subliminal suggestion, and we believe it. Because we believe our senses and all the suggestion attached to them, it seems real. Even the sun, moon, and stars that reflect light to our eyes make up the hypnotic suggestion to convince us that what we see is real. It's only light. It's just a seductive, illusory, convincing thought form conjured up by the Luciferian group of thinkers. The simplest way to understand this is to imagine a stage hypnotist with his subject in a trance. The hypnotist suggests certain things, and the subject is only able to see and hear those things the hypnotist is suggesting. The subject can hear the voice of the hypnotist, and true to the suggestion, he can see a giraffe, or an elephant, or whatever is suggested. The hypnotized subject can't see the audience, can't hear them laughing. The subject can only recognize those things the hypnotist suggests. Why can't the hypnotized subject see the audience or anything other than what the hypnotist suggests? Simply because the suggestion is a subliminal thought, a word, and it created a whole new light pattern to emanate from the entranced subject's eyes. His eyes and ears still function, but because the thought implanted in the crystal brain has changed, then the reality of what seems to be real also changes. The hypnotized subject's eyes and ears work perfectly, but the reality is the hypnotized subject can't see anything other than the words suggested. But why? Why can't the subject in a trance see anything else? Because the audience and everything associated outside the trance state really isn't there. If the audience members were really there, really three-dimensional and really solid, then the eyes of the subject in the trance state would see them.